Hey there, and welcome to the Contentment Creator Podcast, the show designed especially for creative entrepreneurs just like you who are committed to a beautiful life that's rooted in courage and contentment, and that's blooming with creativity and prosperity. I'm your host, Ellen Broen, a certified life coach, a singer, a mother, and a lover of alliteration, dogs, and deep conversation. This show is designed to become a part of your daily routine to help you, fellow contentment creator, dig deep to clarify your life vision, catalyze your creative flow, and fuel your entrepreneurial fire in just a few inspiring minutes each day. Each Tuesday, we talk about creativity, and today's episode is all about the gift of our sensitivity. We've all heard it or felt it, even if no one said it out loud. You're too intense, too emotional, too sensitive, too much. But here's what I've come to believe in my bones and in my work with clients who feel this way too. It's not that we're too much. It's that we're wired for depth. And depth, in a world addicted to surface level speed, can be disorienting. We're the ones who ask the unanswerable questions at dinner parties, who cry at commercials, who feel the energy in a room like a shift in weather, who notice beauty in the smallest details and grief in the silence that no one mentions. It can feel lonely, this way of being, especially if you grew up in environments where that depth was met with discomfort, dismissal, or even shame. Where your tears were too dramatic, your curiosity was too exhausting, your honesty was too sharp. That story of being too much can take root early. And when it does, we often learn to dim the lights inside us just to keep the peace. We minimize, tuck parts of ourselves away. We try to be more manageable, more likable, less disruptive. And what I want to offer you today is that you are not too much. You are just more tuned in. You feel more because you sense more. You ask more because you see more. And instead of shrinking that part of yourself, what if we got curious about how it's actually a gift? What if your emotional depth is what makes you the kind of partner who loves profoundly? What if your sensitivity is the reason your child feels so seen by you? What if your multi-layered mind is what gives your creative work its unique texture and perspective? When I was in college and through much of my early 20s, I carried this quiet, aching fear that I was just too much, too emotional, too intense, too in tune with things that others didn't seem to feel, or at least didn't talk about. I had this deep well of emotion and intuition, but I wasn't yet skilled at how to be with it or how to invite others into it in a way that felt safe for me or for them. So I'd swing. I'd go from hyper attuned to everyone else's needs, trying to keep myself small and digestible, to swinging the complete opposite way, flooding relationships with unfiltered need when I couldn't hold it in anymore. That pattern cost me more than a few relationships. And it took a real toll on my relationship at the time because I hadn't yet built the internal trust or tools to hold my own emotional experience and invite connection from others without needing them to carry it for me. Years later, after so much unlearning, healing, and practice, especially practice in how I get my needs met from a place of grounded self-awareness, I can look back and see that the emotional depth was never the problem. I still feel things deeply. I still want meaningful, present relationships. But now I know how to bring that part of me forward without abandoning myself or overwhelming someone else. I know how to cultivate relationships that are sturdy enough for the depth that I bring. And let me tell you, the relationships I have now with my husband, my friends, my family, they aren't possible in spite of my depth. They're possible because of it. And here's what I've learned. When we start honoring our inner world instead of abandoning or apologizing for it, everything begins to shift. We stop performing emotional minimalism to make others comfortable. We stop assuming our depth is a liability. And we start building a life around it. Relationships, creative work, routines that honor the fullness of who we are. So if you've ever been told you're too much, maybe this episode is your reminder that you're just enough for the kind of life that's big enough to hold you. You don't need to shrink yourself to fit where you don't belong. You need to belong to yourself first. And that begins by rewriting the story. So tell a new one. I'm not too much. I am deeply attuned. I am richly layered. I am a gift to those who value depth. And I'm exactly right for the life I'm here to live. Take a breath with me. And thank yourself for listening, not just to this podcast, but to yourself. Because you're not here to be small. You're here to be whole. Join me here tomorrow to explore the key to belonging. Thank you for being here. And if you enjoyed today's episode, please share the love by sending it to someone you know it would support, and by leaving reviews and comments. It would truly mean the world to me to hear from you and support those you care about. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss a day, and join me in my mission to help a world full of content creators become a world of contentment creators.